Into Deep.
Oh yeah.
What is this? These heavy guitars?
Been to 10 for
Oh,
you
this
and
is
your
Drake and
friends.
Future.
You know how as friends we get too wavy. You know me, and you knew me back then. And you
This sounds great.
wait till
Different,
you know I need you to
still
be
catchy.
there. She gon'
The
take
pads are
off
building
like
in the
a
background. I'm in love with
dirtied up a
this.
cup, I'm on the
Yo, this is so different for him. This is something that's so he never touches guitars, dude, in his songs. This sounds so it sounds so strange to hear his voice on this, but it sounds so good. This is great.
I know you probably cross-eyed outside the things that a man like me does.
Oh my god. Oh my god, this is so good. You guys who comment Donda in the chat are so annoying, bro. You can enjoy both albums. Oh my god. You can enjoy both albums, man. You realize this. You don't have to hate on one good album just because you prefer the artist of another good album. You can enjoy both. You realize Kanye and Drake's beef, like Rick Ross just said a couple days ago, that they use the beef purely for creative purposes, like it just fuels their creativity, which is why they keep doing it. Kanye and Drake respect each other. You know what I mean? They're sparring, that's all. It is so annoying, man, to think that the people who think that because they like Kanye West and Donda, they have to hate on Certified Lover Boy because Kanye's mad at Drake right now. It's so annoying, man. Anyways, this song sounds awesome.
We're going to Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. I see the reference. Sheesh. Oh my god. I was like, what's Future gonna do over this beat with the guitars? I feel like Future's vocals sound a little bit dry here. Drake's vocal processing for that part was really fire. It was, again, a very unique sound for him. I wish Future's voice didn't sound as dry as it does right now, but he's still killing it. It still sounds great. Yeah, I just wish he had a little bit more reverb on his voice, that's all. Shanae number 5 is great. You get Shanae number 5. Yeah, this is one of the better tracks so far as well. This is one of the better tracks. I turned the music up a little bit. My wife said that it was kind of low. If you guys want it a little bit louder, just let me know. As long as you can still hear me over the music, that's all I need. So if you want it to be a little louder, that's fine. I've seen some people saying that it's mid in the chat, but let's just pause right now and say that this is one of the better songs we've heard on the project. It's one of the, more experimental Drake songs, right? He actually had the really great switch up. He had the typical Future sort of a beat for the second half, and Future was great over that. Really dope flows. But the first half was very different for Drake. The heavy guitars, very little drums, and Drake killed his performance there. This is a great track. But we can acknowledge this run that he's going on, right? Love All was great. Fair Trade was great. Way Too Sexy was interesting, funny, hype. A lot of people are going to blast that just because of the energy. TSU was really good. I don't personally think it's insane, but still very solid. And Into Deep. Like, this is a very fair, like 5-track run that he's on right now that I think people might be overlooking. In my opinion, this is a very fair 5-track run. It's not insane, but there are some really crazy standout tracks here, like Love All, Fair Trade, and Into Deep. Track 10's Pipe Down.
It's like home to me. That shit you tell Chanel, I wish that's how you call me. And it's a lot just to assume we're meant to be together. Pages just to write it down. Writing down these feelings, it's been overdue.
The beat's fantastic. The processing could be better. I don't like the thin Drake vocals, the thin sounding vocals. Like I said, the beat is absolutely fantastic. Like, I really, I'm enjoying his performance. I'm enjoying the melodies he's singing. It's wavy, the beat's perfect. I love all of that. I just don't like the way that they mixed his voice, man, because again, he's got that sort of a filter on it that cuts out a lot of the bass. And to me, personally, for my taste, that removes a lot of the presence from his vocals. That removes a lot of the oomph from his vocals. And maybe his intention is to make his vocals sound a little less imposing or a little less aggressive on the track. I don't know, but maybe he wants to sound a little more unassuming and innocent in terms of how thin his vocals sound right now. But I prefer his vocals to be a little more present in the song. You know what I mean? I want to hear that bass that he's got in his voice, because I think he's got a really great voice, you know, so I don't really enjoy the filter. Yeah, I think I gave my opinions basically on this track, so, you know, I paused it and gave my opinions on it, and they really haven't changed. I love the beat, though. Maybe it'll grow on me, you know, in future listens. Maybe I'll enjoy it enough to say, okay, even though it's got the filter on it, I'm going to add it to my playlist just because of how wavy or how catchy or how great the vibe is. Yebba's Heartbreak.
I do. You may not know right where you're going. Wasn't chosen.
Wow, let's go.
The feelings you're not showing.
This is so pretty.
All that you
Oh man. This is a playlist track. Where's the Pusha feature? Man, I had never heard of Yebba before. Now I have to go check her out. Really gorgeous vocals, dude. So much soul, you know? Ah, the pianos, the way they filter the pianos, man. Beautiful interlude, man. Yeah, I'm so happy Drake didn't even show up on that track. Oh my God, Yebba killed it, man. Just taking my heart and shredding it to pieces, putting it back together, twisting it around, putting it inside out, putting it back together, ripping it apart.
2 hours later.
Ugh, man, what a gorgeous song. Sampha would sound great on this. That's true. Yeah, that does kind of give me like a Sampha vibe. No friends in the industry.
Me a fact. Whoa, yeah, you heard about me, you don't know me more than that. Stood on everything I said and never took it back. Whoa, no friends in the industry. Oh, I know you, but you really ain't my people.
Look at that vocal inflection.
People say don't have no defense. Why they always act like we can fix it with a meeting?
Oh my God, this is crazy actually.
And I'm like Shakari, smoke, I'm on and off the track. Hey, and you love that helping me.
The Shakari, it's Shakari or Shikari, but the bar is funnier in retrospect because the race kind of went poorly. Yeah, all the smoking is done off the track. I like the hook, love the production. Yeah, this slaps 100%. That's crazy. Yeah, it's a similar drum pattern to Nonstop. It's a similar drum pattern to the Drake part on Sicko Mode. It's kind of got like that Tay Keith, you know, sort of a vibe to it. The hi-hats being so loud and crisp, and it's got really great energy. But he went off. He really did. It seems like he was really letting loose and letting go of some baggage on that track. That's a standout song. I'm really excited for this next track. It's got Project Pat and 21 Savage on it. It's called Knife Talk.
Gang soul snatcher. Ain't no regular F-150.
Yeah.
What the hell was that with the snare? Who does that anymore on any beat, man?
Type of nigga that can look me in the eyes. I despise when I
The Glock like to leave hickeys.
The Glock like to leave hickeys is crazy. No, 100%, yeah. 100% is paying homage. I realize that, you know? I'm just being funny for the sake of it. I don't know. If you're Drake, that's a Metro beat? That's a Metro beat, bro? That's really... For Metro, that's terrible. Yeah, for any other producer, this beat is not great, but for Metro, this is trash. I could definitely see Metro in the really creepy, filtered pianos in the background, right? The melodies. I could definitely hear Metro there. And also that 808. It's really low. It's got very little punch to it. It's just that really, you know, low booming kind of a bass sound. I could definitely hear him there. But the drums are just kind of underwhelming. I mean, where's the you know, I get that they're going for a specific sound. They're paying homage to a certain sound here. I get that, but still, it just feels a little empty. I really wish that Drake being Drake and having access to the very best beats in the game, I really wish he had chosen, you know, a better beat for 21 Savage and Project Pat to be on here. You know what I mean? It's not like 21 Savage is a bad rapper. It's not like he's, you know, he's basically only been improving since he started. So he's really at the height of his game right now. And if he had a better beat here, he really could have done something crazy, I think. So that's unfortunate. It looks like the next track is a timestamp track, which I'm really excited about. 7 a.m. on Bridle Path. I love the timestamp records. Normally they're just Drake rapping straight, no hook, no chorus. I really hope to I really can't wait to hear what he talks about here.
exactly what they need from me. The first second they speak to me, don't move like a puto. Could at least keep it a buck like Antetokounmpo.
I'm gonna replay that bar because that's ridiculous. This bar is ridiculous in a bad way.
Could at least keep it a buck like Antetokounmpo.
Don't move like a puto. I think it's almost impossible that none of you guys know what, or that there's anybody out there who doesn't know what puto means. Don't move like a puto. Could at least keep it a buck like Antetokounmpo. What are you doing?
Giving me kudos. I've been doing this since
It reminds me, I'm gonna rewind a little bit because I keep pausing. It reminds me of that one video that Eminem did. The bars that have been outlawed, the bars that have been overused to the point where they shouldn't be allowed in rap songs anymore. And he said, keep it a buck like Milwaukee. That needs to be gone, right? It reminds me of that.
Poppy, Chulo, Grippin', Kulo. And I got the flows.
What in the world? Poppy, Chulo, Grippin', Kulo? What? This man just turned into Mr. Worldwide, bro. Oh man, please tell me there's a secret Pitbull feature on this track.
Smooth too cold. See the watch collection and assume I got time.
I live for the Breaking Bad reference. Wow.
Here lies a nigga that never lied in his new song. Up at Bron crib, fishbowl, wine glasses. That's how we passing time.
You know Bron likes his wine, man. I'm up at Bron's crib, fishbowl, wine glasses. Really funny to me, man, because every time I open up LeBron's story, bro, that man really likes his wine.
Some of these niggas say what they mean, it ain't what it seems.
You guys don't like this? I think he's kind of going off here. I hate him for that Copenhagen bar.
You boys about to will me to the feet like we rollerblading. Far as the Drake.
Oh my god, you guys are about to will me to the feet like rollerblading? Wheel me to the feet? Like, oh my god, that's... Do I like that? I like it. I think that's clever. That's better than, oh man, what was that one bar? The defeat is coming, you can smell the stink in the air. That one bar he had on 0 to 100. Sliding up there like stolen bases. Yeah, I'm really, I'm not mad at that song, man. It's a timestamp track, like I said, so I wasn't expecting a catchy chorus. I wasn't expecting it to be a radio hit. I was expecting it to just be bars, and so that's what we got over some really smooth production, I think, personally. So I'm not mad at it. There were some corny lines on there. There were some other pretty respectable ones. I'm a fan of the sport, right? Throwing some jabs. I think it's dope. It's exactly what I expected it to be. So I can't say I'm upset or disappointed by it. So I think that's a W. I think that's a W. I don't think it's going to be the hit. Like I said, I don't expect it to be super replayable, but it is exactly what I expected it to be. So track 15 has raced my mind. I love that little heart. I'll tell you what, man. I'm thinking about this track as I'm hearing it, and I'm thinking, okay, I like the little harps. I'm not mad at the vibe that he's going for. I think that he's leaving enough space for the beat to shine through. I think it's cool. And then I thought about it slowed, and I thought about listening to this in the dark, just before bed. I like to listen to music and vibe a little bit, and I'm thinking, 100%, I'm going to have this in heavy rotation before bed really soon. Just vibe into the slowed version of this. I guarantee you, man. So it's at this point where you're 15 to 16 tracks into an album, and you're becoming a little bit more nitpicky, and you're kind of tired, and you're getting antsy, especially me. And I want to get up, and I want to move around, and I want to move on to the next track, and you start to be a little bit more critical of certain songs. And just taking a step back and thinking about it, I realized I like this more than I think that I do. So, this is going to be in heavy rotation later, I'm certain. These heavy reverb vocals, slowed, are going to go insane. This is like this album's Feel No Ways. A little bit of a switch up here. Oh, that's rough. Don't you dare hit me back with a K, sure, soon as I tell you you're the one I would wait for. Can you imagine telling someone that you would wait for them and getting hit with a K, sure? That would be rough, bro. I would jump off a bridge. How did he come up with that? Did that happen to him? That's never happening to Drake. He tells someone I would wait for you and they tell him K, sure? Nah, that's fake. Never happened to him in his life. Stop it. Oh, that would be rough, man. Yeah, I'm definitely not mad at that track, man. I think the production's really great. Just give it some time. People are going to start to come around to this track, I think, because I really like the beat here. This is a playlist track, in my opinion. I think that might be a controversial take. I think some people are going to find this track kind of boring. I personally really enjoy it. I really do. In the same way that Donda, a lot of the tracks I didn't enjoy the first time around really grew on me. Give this one a couple days, you know? Track 16 is Fountains. Kanye and Drake are both great for different things. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, okay. This vibe, huh?
Try to suppress my emotions.
This man put the emphasis on the wrong syllable, bro. This man just said trying to suppress my emotions. That 808 is heavy. Nah, this is wavy. I like this. Okay, yo, my wife is saying she doesn't like this song. 3 days from now, she's gonna look at me and she's gonna say, I love Fountains. This is a vibe, guys, I'm telling you. I like this one. Fountains is good. I'm telling you, a lot of you guys are gonna come back to this and you're gonna enjoy it more than you did right now. I'm telling you, I've been reacting to albums for almost 4 years now. I know that when you're 16 tracks in, you tend to be a little more critical of the songs and you end up being a little bit too negative. When you come back and you listen to it, you're gonna realize maybe I was a little too harsh. It always happens, every one of my videos. Watch my videos, the longer albums, towards the end, I always get a little bit more nitpicky, man. I'm telling you, I'm trying to just stay relaxed and stay, you know, objective. And I think this one is a vibe and a lot of people are going to come back to it and enjoy it. I think Tem's feature on here was great. I got to be more careful with my words because I tend to be, you know, a positive person. So I want to convey that I really like it, but I also don't want to overhype it. Tem's feature was really good. I enjoy the vocals. I like the way that their voice actually sounds. I like the vocal inflections. I think that this is probably a rhythm that they're more comfortable with. I'm not familiar with their music. So, you know, they really just sound comfortable. They sound at home on this beat and, you know, it really shows. Get Along Better, Drake and Ty Dolla.
I need some help just like anyone else.
I already hear those Ty Dolla vocals, bro.
Apologize when you came to see
Let's go. This is really gorgeous.
you said
That man said, and
I'm better with your friends.
wow. I know that Melodyne just helped this man out a lot. There's no chance he hit that note like that in the studio, bro. No chance. This is a really great song. The swing to it is fire. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, hey. Nah, yo, he's really giving us he's giving us vocals, bro. I think Drake is really singing right now, man. Don't underestimate him as a singer, seriously. Like he's giving us a great vocal performance. Ty Dolla doesn't seem like he's gonna get a verse though. Just the background vocals. But that's okay. Yeah, I don't know why he didn't let Ty Dolla get a verse off, man. He does have a habit of, you know, getting real singers like Chris Brown and Ty Dolla to just do background vocals for him while he does his, you know, while he gets his shit off. But you know, I'm not mad at it. I don't think that a Ty Dolla verse would have added to it because it might have ended up being too long if there was another verse on there. I'm really not mad at Ty Dolla just singing in the background and adding to the vibe and the atmosphere, to be honest. I think that Drake is just sort of being creative, you know, and calling up his singer friends to say, hey, I don't necessarily need a verse from you. I would like you to help me build out the atmosphere on this track, you know? I don't know if that's what happened, but maybe Ty Dolla didn't feel like doing a verse, you know, you never know, but I think it sounds good. You know, I really think it sounds good. I really like Get Along Better. Track 18, You Only Live Twice with Lil Wayne and Rick Ross.
Tell my dog do something just to shoot something.
This gotta be Boy Wonder, man. This gotta be Boy Wonder.
Oh, that's when you see the real guys.
This beat is so good. Oh wow, produced by Brian B. Nasty Reed and Bink. This sounds like a Boy Wonder beat. This man said real N-words deserve to live twice. Plastic fork and some fried rice.
Next thing you wanna shoot me down, it can't be love. Not sure where you was trying to. I had to fuck a lot of girls to get a kid like this. And I'm just greedy, all I eat is pussy. Niggas don't wanna see these pussy niggas. Y'all can't see me pussy. If shove an 8 ball up a pussy like a fetus for me, nigga. I got bitches doing.
What? Shove an 8 ball up her pussy like a fetus? Oh my god, Lil Wayne had to come in with Oh my god, Lil Wayne had to come with that one bar that just throws everything off, man. Nah, he really is going crazy, but he just had that one bar that was just kind of weird. I think it's a fire track. I don't think the verses are mind-blowing, you know what I mean? I don't think that they're verse, you know, verse of the year or whatever. But it's a fun, bouncy song. I Miss You Too with Kid Cudi. Is that Juice WRLD?
Truly finding yourself.
It is him, yeah. Oh, Kid Cudi hums. The stereo shaping on Kid Cudi's vocals here is insane. This production is so perfect for Kid Cudi, man. There's two layers going at once. It gives this really weird effect to Drake's vocals. Not weird in a bad way though. I like it. I do like the way that it sounds. It sounds kind of like foreign. You know, it sounds alien. It sounds a little ethereal, and it fits with the more ambient vibe to the melodies. I'm loving the drums. I like the, you know, really great constant bass. It's not like an 808 where it hits and fades away. This bass is just like really stable and steady throughout the entire track. It just adds that certain atmosphere to it. I like it. I like it.
All my niggas rally round me, bold niggas getting real italics round me,
Really like that, man. I don't think I've ever heard a Kid Cudi Drake track, but if I were to try and describe one, this is sort of what it would sound like, right? A nice thick synth bass with really spacey ambient melodies, Kid Cudi hums, really nicely panned, you know, stereo shaped Kid Cudi hook with really catchy lyrics. Drake just being Drake, right? He had a nice little effect on his vocals as well, but just Drake being wavy. Feels like they didn't overthink it. It feels like the vibe is right. They have chemistry. I'm really happy with this track. Track 20 is Fucking Fans. That's normally what I do with Drake albums, man. Just add the ones I like to my playlist and listen to those constantly.
sorry for letting you down. Baby, I'm still working on me. I'll be out, and you stay worried about.
This part sounds better than that previous part.
I just probably should've chilled till I saw you. Hands, I was shameless. Yeah, and I know that you was at the crib reading.
Classic? I don't think so.
When your girls gave you that news.
No chance this is a classic. This one is a little underwhelming. The second half of the track is better than the first half though. There's less than a minute left, so I'm just gonna pause it here because I'm pretty much done with this one. It goes on for a little too long. I'm not a huge fan of it. I honestly think this is a little underwhelming and it's kind of lackluster. It feels a little unfinished, but I feel like it has potential. Maybe a couple extra counter melodies, and you know, it could have been better, is what I'm trying to say. It's not bad. It's not you know, I wouldn't scrap it, but I would definitely add something to it. Maybe a feature, an actual Party Next Door feature, or you know, some melodies, something like that. It just feels a little unfinished. The last track is The Remorse.
People recognize me from the TV, but I'm done with that. Aim in college, booking me to pull up and speak the facts. Even all the nice chubs was pulling up where I need them at. All the times Mark was making a recap, there is no paying them back. For real.
That's fire. I wonder what it could have been if I had snakes in the mix. Actually, I don't want to know because we made it like this. That's great. That's sort of like I wouldn't change anything. Like sometimes I wonder about what could have been, but I don't actually want to change anything because I made it the way that I made it. So I like that he put that extra bar in there.
The one thing I hate to be apart from. Bet against me, don't know where they getting up.
There's got to be 40 on the keys, man. There's got to be him on the keys. Produced by 40.
I told you everything is fine, dog, but I lied.
Tried to kill him with kindness, but they couldn't die. That's because he tried to kill him with kindness.
Unlike most of you boys that fade off, I feel guilty taking some days off.
This is a really solid track, man. I'm really liking it as a closer, too. Whenever Drake gets sort of reflective, though, it's always fire. Love those samples, man. 40 is a GOAT. Man, honestly, 40 has such a unique sound, dude. Who really does it like him? Who really does it like 40, man? You know, it's one of those things. As soon as I heard those pianos, the sound, the beat, the waviness, right, the filtered drums, I was like, yo, this is 40. And then I looked it up, and there it was. You know, he's just one of those guys that you know him when you hear him. You You know 'em when you hear them, like Pierre Bourne, like Wheezy, like Metro. When it's their beat, most times you know it. Yeah, love the production. I love the introspective, reflective sort of, Drake. It always works for me whenever he talks about his own life and his past and his struggles and his come up, and it always works for me. He's just got a delivery that works for that sort of a style. So I'm never mad at that. That's a really great closer. My thoughts on this album, man. I mean, off a first listen, a little too long. A little too long. I would probably cut. It's too long when I'm trying to remember what songs like Poppy's Home sound like, and I can't remember. I would cut songs like Girls Want Girls. In the Bible, has great features, but Drake's the filtered vocals are a little iffy. Way Too Sexy is, albeit a banger in terms of the production and a really funny song. It could be cut. Let's see. I felt like Pipe Down was cool. Yebba's Heartbreak was a great interlude. I really liked that. Knife Talk could have been cut. 7 a.m. on Bridal Path, I feel like could have been just a Lucy, right? He could have just dropped it what am I trying to say? He could have just dropped it on its own, not as a single to the album, but just to drop it. You know what I mean? It might have been received a little bit better than, a song on the actual album. I feel like tracks like Race My Mind are going to grow on people. You Only Live Twice has a really nice little bouncy beat. I really liked a lot of these songs. I just feel like he could have found some ways to trim it down just a little bit and get rid of some of the tracks that, just felt a little unnecessary. I will say also, there are way less R&B style tracks than I was expecting for an album called Certified Lover Boy. It didn't fully live up to all of the expectations that I had for it. With all the delays and the billboards and the promo, that one video he made recreating all of his old album covers, I was sort of expecting this to be a little easier on the ears off a first listen. I wasn't expecting so many abrasive tracks. I wasn't expecting so many tracks to sound like trap bangers. I was expecting wavier, slower, more romantic sort of tracks, and I would have been just fine with that, given the title and all of that. I was expecting this to just be a little different. I wasn't expecting him to completely reinvent his sound or to even change or invent a new sound. I was just expecting, I guess, more songs like Fair Trade, right? Like Love All. The smoother tracks. I would have loved it if we had a couple more of those. But those criticisms out of the way, in general, I enjoyed it, man. I definitely didn't expect to feel so good after 21 songs. I would have expected to feel a little bit more tired, a little bit more run down. And I'm feeling pretty great, It's still I'm still good, so it wasn't a bad first listen. It wasn't tough to get through. There were no songs that I really felt like were trash, I think. So yeah, man, I'm really, I guess in general, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with how it turned out. 100%, yeah. Off my first listen. If I had to give it a rating off my first listen, I would say 7.5. 7.5. It's 100% going to grow on me. There's a lot of tracks that I know I'm going to be repeating, in a couple weeks that kind of went over my head or that I just didn't really get the first time around. But for the most part, I really enjoyed all of it. I think it's a 7.5, which is really, really good for an album as long as it is. Normally, the longer albums, to get above a 6, they have to have, quite a few enjoyable songs on there. So I think this is really well done, man. I'm happy with this, the way it turned out. Was I expecting a little more? Sure, but is it album of the year? I don't think so. But I did get a bunch of songs from my playlist, and like I said at the start of the video, that's all I wanted, man. That's all I wanted. And the 2 songs that I needed to be on this album, I got, which were Fair Trade and Love All, or Lotta 42, the leak that I had heard previously. So I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you, everybody who stopped by the stream. Thank you if you're watching this on YouTube. Really appreciate you. Shout out to all my patrons, my members. If you want to support the channel that way, the links are in the description. I would really appreciate it. It helps me to keep making videos full time. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you to the 2 people who donated today, Ian B and Real Fuego. Was not expecting to get any donations during the reaction, but you know, the fact that you guys felt like you wanted to support the channel that way means a lot to me, so thank you so much. I will see you guys later. Until then, stay safe. Peace out.